like at some point I gotta put me first, Lucius.
Yo,
I got to put me first because I need to be able to protect my peace. And somebody that does that better than any black woman I've ever seen in my life is Michelle Obama.
Come on, because that's my girl.
Michelle said, y'all can keep that funky inauguration.
Because I'm not going.
Who all gonna be there? Oh, I'm not coming.
Yeah, and you know what? Can I say something real quick?
Please do.
I am so thankful because even though people talk about the orange man a lot, like they never stand up to him. They still will go to the inauguration. They still will go to the dance. They still will show up at the rallies. Even though they say they don't like him, they don't stand behind nothing he do, it's still like they gotta show face. I just appreciate her, to me, being the first woman, black woman, to be like, you know, I'm not about to fake it till I make it. I'm not about to pretend and just show up because I'm Obama's wife. Like, no, I have a mind of my own. And I'm not going because I'm not going to pretend that I'm happy about you being president. And I feel that.
Absolutely.
I feel that.
Absolutely. And the thing that I miss the most is her and George Bush passing candy back and forth. If I ain't going to be able to see that, I don't want it.
Right. Exactly.
This is not the America that I voted for. And I don't blame sis for respectfully declining to attend. I wish Barack himself would have said, you know what? We ain't finna do all of that. But, you know, hey, he's a former president, and I understand that there are things that are it's historic and it's
protocol. And he's classy. He's still a classy man. I don't look at him no different because Obama, first of all, he's a representation of a first black president. He gonna keep it cute. He gonna keep it classy, and I don't mind that from him. He gonna get a pass from me every time. To be honest with you, actually, I'm probably not the right person. Every time Obama gonna get a pass from me. I don't even care what it is.
Absolutely. And if he really want to set the internet on fire, he'll put that tan suit back on.
Yeah. Woo! Yes.
Because
no disrespect, Michelle, but baby, that's Taylor
Obama
made. That was
in that tan suit had us in a chokehold, honey. The internet was ablaze. We couldn't sleep for days after that. I was up at 3 a.m. like, wow, he really put on a tan suit.
Looking good.
Looking like
yeah.
Neck. My God, the president.
I'm telling you, looking
my God.
Yeah.
Looked amazing. And there were other people who were saying, you know, that they may or may not attend the inauguration, but we got to discuss the people that are performing at this inauguration because Carrie Underwood, you know, American Idol alum and current judge, says she's going to perform. Her words were, I love our country and I'm honored to have been asked to sing at the inauguration and to be a small part of the historic event. I am humbled to answer the call at a time when we must all come together in the spirit of unity and look into the future. Now, Carrie, I'm going to have to ask you to shut up talking to me.
Please, I don't even care. Like that, she holds no weight to me. I'm sorry. Was that wrong to say?
She has fans. We're just not fans of her. And it doesn't mean that she's not a talented person, but I know maybe 2 Carrie Underwood songs. I know one because I did a parody of it. But my main concern with this is she going to be canceled the same way Chrisette Michele was canceled? Because when Chrisette Michele sang at the inauguration, and I think she said it was was it $750,000? I think they paid her.
So. Mm-hmm.
She said it was at a time when she needed the money, so she did it. And I can't blame her for that, but also Sista optics. And so Kanye has constantly rallied behind, you know, Donald Trump in weird ways and Elon Musk and all this stuff. And there are so many people who support these billionaires that really don't have the average person's best interest at heart. So what about those people?
So what I will say about Carrie Underwood. Now, what was that? What I want to say about Carrie is that she's not African American, and that matters because we are a lot harder on our own. So she's not going to get scrutinized like that because people of the palm palette color, they don't really do that. They don't really scrutinize their own in that way. I've only seen African American people scrutinize their own in that way and like ban them and cancel them and want nothing to do with them. But she has a different audience who I do not think disagree with what she's doing. I'm not going to hold you.
I feel like you hit the nail right on the head. I think that's exactly what it is. People are not going to cancel her because her fans probably are in alignment with everything that Orange Man stands for.
Absolutely. So why is there's nothing to cancel if we on the same page? The thing with Chrisette Michelle is I think she just like, it was left field. You know what I mean? But we don't know who's voting for who. So that was wrong on our part. We got to take some accountability too, because we assumed because who she was, we thought she was playing on the same side as us. But
Absolutely.
that was an assumption. Maybe we shouldn't make assumptions about people we don't actually know. You know what I'm saying? Because she has a right to vote for who she vote for, and she was willing to show up. So she didn't care about her followers and what we thought. She needed money. I need that money.
Obviously. And I've seen Chrisette live. The girl's amazing.
Yeah.
But it was a conversation to be had. Like, she had to address it when she came on stage. And I was like, I would hate to have to talk about this for the rest of my career. So that would be the reason why I wouldn't do it. But there are a lot of interesting people coming out, not necessarily in support of Donald Trump, but just to be at the inauguration and offer their services, entertainment, whatever the case may be. This came so left field for me as an HBCU graduate, Alcorn State, the oldest land grant institution in the state of Mississippi, and the greatest HBCU in the land.
Hold on, because Bowie State is the greatest HBCU in the land.
I said what I said.
No, Bowie State. Come on, Bulldogs. Come through. Who was the Bowie State?
What I said. I said.
You're a lie. You're a lie. The truth ain't in you.
But you see how much pride we have in being from a black school, having matriculated at a black university. Mississippi Valley State, I don't know what they got going on, which is crazy because it's right up the road from Alcorn State. The marching band has been invited to the inauguration to perform, and they have accepted. So I'm and the worst part, okay, because if that wasn't bad enough, they are asking for donations to help them get to Washington.
And guess what? They won't get there not on my watch. They won't get there on my watch.
You'll never see a red cent. You'll never see a red penny from us.
We're never
I'm giving my funds to LA. Okay? I'm booked.
Baby, I'm donating to everything but Mississippi Valley. It has nothing to do with the rivalry as HBCUs. It has everything to do with the fact my money will not be going to support any of the foolishness that will be taking place on Martin Luther King Jr. holiday.
Oh, God. Just turning in the grave. Girl, Martin Luther King.
The way that man
just turn
can't rest, because if it's not Jonathan Majors saying that Megan Good is Coretta, it's a HBCU going. It's a HBCU going to support somebody who ain't got no plans to help people that look like us.
Right. You know, is you from Mississippi?
I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, but I grew up in Mississippi and I went to college in Mississippi, and I've lived in Atlanta for 10 years.
Isn't it the R word? Isn't it very R word out there?
I'm glad you brought this up, because I told somebody this the other day and they did not believe me. So when I was in high school, I was on the homecoming court. Mm-hmm. My senior year, shout out to us, my senior year, we all had to vote for a black senior maid and a white senior maid.
Are you serious right now?
This was in 2006.
Wow. Yeah, that just set the tone. Okay, because
yes, this type of stuff happens, like where I was from. And I remember, I was never black enough to be cool with the black kids, but I was too black, to actually be friends with the white kids. And so Mississippi becoming dead last in a lot of things. And so from lack of funding to lack of education to lack of resources and all the things above, I love very much that my daddy took us to Mississippi and decided to raise us, because that's what he felt like he needed to do. Because had I grown up in Memphis all the way through my 20s, ain't no telling who I'd be, child.
Yeah, girl, you be Big Joe.
I'll be Big Joe.
You must not know what you just started. Me and my good gnarly.
Okay?
Give a fuck about your party.
Baby, what? Hold on.
Yes, Big Joe in the building.
Girl, what my gang signs at?
No, just this is our gang.
Y'all don't know nothing about North Memphis. But yeah, Mississippi is behind in a lot of ways, and that's one of the reasons why obviously I moved to Georgia, because in the South, you know, a lot of times there aren't a whole lot of opportunities because a lot of it is rural. And so for people that are looking to get into the entertainment industry, like, I love, you know, my childhood home. I love my parents. I love the people that I grew up with. But baby, wasn't nobody coming to North Mississippi to recruit people for Tyler Perry Studios, feature films, nothing. Yeah. And then as far as social media content, wasn't nobody doing what I was doing. So I had to go somewhere where my daddy puts it so eloquently. You can grow a rose in the desert, of course. But why would you want to?
Hello.
And so I went somewhere where I knew the environment was going to encourage and enrich what God had put inside of me. So Mississippi, shout out to you for, once again,
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
That's just embarrassing. Because my thing is, like, the reason why I asked you that is because I'm like, I feel like it's a smack in the face. I'm sure there are white universities that couldn't come, right? And play the cello.
Why didn't they call Ole Miss?
Play the cello or ring the alarm, the bell, or something like the saxophone. What they be playing over there at the white establishment?
I know it's a triangle. It's a triangle player somewhere.
Play the harp.
I know.
He don't got nobody who can play the harp. Like, why we gotta go? That's why we think he be playing in our face. It's somebody else who can sing.
Oh my God. Well, you know, I mean, not at least, because it's not like a positive thing, but some fans started unfollowing Carrie Underwood on social media. So I feel like maybe it is finally working, but I think the biggest thing is going to be for people to understand that this coming administration, it sounds good because the racism feels good to you, but it's not racism, it's classism. And when you realize it's the haves and the have-nots, a lot of white people gonna be right here with the niggas.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry, and you gotta blur that one out.
And that's, forgot about that. I'm like, yup, so true. And that's exactly why. But no, that's exactly why I don't be surprised when celebrities say they showing up. Because it's never about that. What they're worried about is tax breaks. Like, celebrities are showing up for Donald Trump because they don't want their tax dollars to come to people who are less fortunate. They want tax breaks. They want people in office who are going to allow them to keep the money that they making. You know what I'm saying? And so it just shows you just how divided we are. You know, someone voting against him is basically someone allowing the government to take a huge chunk of their income. And they don't like that. So that's, you know, I think, like you said, it's classism. It's about where people are in their life. A lot of people have money and some people don't. Some people want to keep you right where you at so they can continue to prosper. So.
And that is really the story of this country. It doesn't get better with more billionaires in power, because the fact that Elon Musk has such an influence, whether positive or negative, over Donald Trump is scary to me. That man should not be able to rule unchecked. And people love to say, oh, well, Congress has the power and he can veto and all of these and checks and balances. And honey, a person like that, we just got through talking about narcissism.
That part.
A person like that can't be checked because they don't think they're wrong. And it's scary for you to never come to the realization that, okay, maybe I didn't handle that correctly, or maybe I should listen to what other people are telling me. This man think he know everything and he got the right stuff to rule this great nation, and he gonna make sure that America becomes great again. That's what he said. That man need, you know how they have age limits and restrictions on streaming apps. That's what Donald Trump need. He need a kid's profile on Netflix.
Yeah, kids profile. But agree. I just think, like, when you're watching who he's putting in office, it's so like social media. Why are you putting Dr. Oz in office? Why is Elon Musk in office? Like, the people that you're picking is weird. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And it just shows how much of a joke America actually is.